Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Weekly Spark. This is going to be pretty quick and direct and to the point. In one of my classes, one of my students mentioned sanding stencils, sanding with stencils, sanding through stencils. And this blew my mind because I've got sandpaper in the studio for sanding all different kinds of things, but I'd never put these two things together conceptually. So I'm ever grateful for the community of students and the sharing of ideas that go on in some of my art journaling classes. But this was one that I decided I needed to take directly to the table and try out. I have a really large stencil here. It's a very thick Mylar, so hopefully that'll give me a good impression. It's actually from like a home decor line, like you would stencil it on your wall, but I love it. And this is a piece of cardstock. Normally, I wouldn't recommend using paper that you paid for, but this isn't really my color, and I wanted something nice and bright and high contrast to show up on this video and see if it would work. I think that this idea might be really amazing with magazine pages, so I have one of those we can try too. So the way this works, I had this lined up kind of the way I wanted it to go, but the paper has to go on top, and it's kind of like the reverse of a crayon rubbing, because we should see the high points of the stencil emerge. Now, we're going to see some gray staining. My sandpaper is a little bit dirty because it had been used before. Let's see if I have anything a little coarser so that this could go faster. It's really that easy. I know the camera's shaking. Try a little coarser still. Okay, this one's starting to tear through the paper, which could be a great effect. But I love that. I'm glad that I tried it on the plain paper because it does show up. Let's try the same thing . I want to kind of protect her eyeball. Oh yeah, backwards. Backwards. So this works so much faster and easier because this magazine paper is just so much more fragile. She's like some ethereal snow queen now with this mandala snowflake pattern over her face. Okay, that's fun. Let's try one more because I kind of want to use these in a journal page. Man with plants. Let's try. So it seems like the hardest thing is lining up your stencil underneath the image if you're trying to do a specific spot. and folding everything down. Taping things would be a good idea. That's not quite as effective. Let's try one where we tape it. So that one with the coarser paper did start to tear the paper as well, which is fine if it's going to be collaged into something. I kind of love that it feels like almost a topographical map with this pattern on the green. And with these shapes marked off, you know, you could selectively paint in certain areas or even play with maybe how watercolors would take because they might be absorbed into the sanded areas differently. Let's try one more because I might want to try that, what I just said with the watercolors. All right, that gives me a little section down there to try. Last but not least, we'll try this really detailed one and see what happens. I would like to try it on a magazine page that's pretty dark to get some high contrast. I like this brown section. I think that might give us a dark enough area to try. Okay, that's the winner. That's the best of all of them. The high contrast, you get the whole pattern reading. It barely went through the paper, just in a few spots, but like I said, I kind of love the distress of that. Okay, so sanding stencils is a thing. Who knew? She looks very winter. I'm going to keep her for later. This was not as exciting, but has some potential. That one. Yeah, that one's kind of nice. So, some scraps of sandpaper, which was extremely dirty, because that's not all from the magazine, and some stencils, and a whole new outlook. Maybe you'll see one of these again in the next couple of weeks in a page in the art journal. But for now, thank you for tuning in to this weekly Spark. As always, do the YouTube things and like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, everything like that. And I am thankful for all of you follower people on this Thanksgiving week. And please, if you like these videos, maybe share them with a friend. And I look forward to seeing you in weekly Sparks in the next couple of weeks. Have a good one.